Hi, Hope. How are you? Good evening. Hi, Patty. Bill Taylor here live, Ken's 5 Digital Center, Wednesday night. Blessings to you and yours. And we've got a strong, severe thunderstorm out to our west. This one has Bracketville, almost Bracketville actually, but Kinney County under severe thunderstorm warning. Monster size storm here. I watched this crank up a little after 6 p.m. in Mexico, and as it was moving east, the hail was growing and growing and growing. And I'll tell you, it actually reached like apple-size hailstones. I mean, very large, almost peaking to about 3.5 to 4 inch diameter size hail at one moment while in Mexico. In fact, if you watch closely, watch the colors, and you'll see that flash of a yellow for just a brief moment. That was when that storm pulsed up and was producing that monster-sized hail. And I'm hoping that my hail tracker is accurate in seeing that this hail is diminished in size, and you can see that color blue. Now, when you see these colors, let me just show you what that means. If you look at the key up here, upper left, when you have that orange to yellow, that's a 4-inch diameter hailstone. That's a softball ice ball coming down. I mean, that is so dangerous. I mean, it will do a lot of damage. As we know, 2016, San Antonio, right? If you were here for that one. And so now we're looking more at quarter-size hail as it comes up on Highway 277 and praying that that trend continues with this cell. But this warning's in effect for more than 30 more minutes, 8 p.m. Let me give you some of the parameters on this storm itself. We've got it just off to the south of Del Rio by about 13 miles. It's not moving very fast, east at 25 miles per hour. So I want to stop, and the first thing I like to do is tell you where this storm's going to be over the next hour or two. So as we go in here and put in 25 miles per hour moving east, then we can get an idea as to who needs to protect their vehicles and property from hail. All right, east at 25. And one of the things that I noticed, that the mean flow early was showing me northeast, right? And then I starting to see that right turn as it was getting ready to cross the border. That's always a dangerous sign with supercell thunderstorms as they go to a mesoscale classification. If they start turning right, that's an indication, and breaking out of that mean flow, that means that that storm is going to be very, very strong and could even be tornadic. All right. Here's the towns. Pinto, there it is, David. So Pinto's a small town south of Bracketville in Kinney County. We were just talking, David and I, our digital ninja, David Lynch. Why isn't that moving for me? I wanted to get it off the, that should be moving right now. But you see that Frontier should get this storm with Spofford at about the same time, 8:06, into Klein, Texas at 8:51. So it looks as though it's going to want to track east pretty much along Highway 90 and even make it into Uvalde County and be bearing down on Uvalde. But that would be a lot later. Again, if it's only moving 25 miles per hour, it'll take a while. But look behind it, there's another cell forming. This is live radar, and you see a good size hail core there. And with that darker blue, we can go over to, let me just hold this here. Let's go over to our hail tracker. Is going to be quarter to maybe closer to ping pong ball size hail. But I love seeing that that storm's hail core has greatly reduced. But remember, what these cells do, they power down a little bit, and then they power right back up. We call that pulsing. I like to describe these supercells as living, breathing organisms in the sense of taking that big inhale of updraft and getting all that good moist air, those updraft winds upwards of 80 to 100 miles per hour in some cases, and then that exhale, that downburst. And not only the form of the rain, but hail, of course, too, and then also winds and cold air that comes shooting out from the top of these storms. They've got to be reaching some pretty impressive heights to produce some of the hailstones that we are estimating with our hail tracker. So let's get in here and see what we're talking about right in that hail core and what kind of height. Oh yeah, look at that. Eclipsing 50,000 feet, coming up on 60,000 feet in that darker green. So this is a very sizable storm, capable of producing very large hail. Once you get over 50,000 feet, you can really get some monster-sized hailstones out of it. So something to keep in mind as we watch this cell, again, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So Crystal, great question. Will this make it to San Antonio? Any storms for us? Well, let me show you what the model has done a very good job on this cell. Watch this. Look at that. I mean, this is a computer model saying this is where the storm should be at 7 o'clock. Of course, it is 7:30 right now. I realize that, but I'm just saying, and it's a little ahead of it, which to me is still highly accurate. And this is the one model out of the three that we really focus on here at Ken's that showed this storm. And I was showing this at 6 p.m., even 5 p.m., just to, hey, the other models are saying nothing, but here's this one that says we could see a supercell come out of Mexico and move east on Highway 90, because watch what this cell could do. Into Hondo, now 8:30, since it's a little ahead, or behind, I should say, right? Because at 7 o'clock, it's 7:30 now, and it's still back west of Uvalde. But there's San Antonio. 10 o'clock. Well, Bexar County, let's go ahead and back it up. Far West Bexar County, Divine at 9 p.m., okay? But, like I said, it's 7:30, and it had it moving a little farther east at 7. So give or take, I would start preparing for something as early as 8:30, 9 o'clock, but more than likely it's going to be about 30 minutes past what we're looking at. So maybe 9:30. Yeah, we're just, hi Tobias. Should I, Tony, the Ferrari in the garage? You should, Tony, you should. Keep that one safe. Jill's like, not during the 10. Jill's our producer for tonight's Ken's 5 News at 10. How you doing, Jill? Yeah, it might be at 10 o'clock. We might be your lead, Gabe. Is Gabe right over there? Adding it now. Thank you, my friend. Crystal, I love a good storm before bed. Oh, absolutely, right? Doesn't it just kind of, hopefully, it can calm more of you than get you anxious. I know that severe weather gets a lot of people anxious too. My daughter dealt with it for years, and now she's 18 and has gotten the help she needed. I tell you, it's a real thing, weather anxiety, and she saw a therapist who gave her some wonderful strategies to use when she would reach those anxious moments with severe weather. And we're so blessed to say that today Peyton is doing a lot better and doesn't get too nervous or anxious like she did for years as a young girl. Severe as possible in Hondo, Lindsay, absolutely. Be prepared for that. This cell and the one right behind it could very well hold together. The model's showing that as the storms are moving east. It'll be a while. It would be at least another hour or two for Hondo. So maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock Hondo, 9:30, 10 o'clock San Antonio. Esmeralda, right? Load up. You're welcome, Mimi. Yes, Josh. These are big hail producers. Absolutely. James, right? Need to see you back in Uvalde. Hey, Chip King. Absolutely. I would love to be back. Please let me know anything that I can do to visit. I was the Grand Marshal of the Labor Day Parade. What a great time in Uvalde. Love you guys. Anna's moving her car now. Absolutely. Do it. Saludos. Gracias. Yeah, because that next cell, you know, everything's been south of Del Rio. Did you get much rain? I'm wondering how much rain you got in Del Rio. Yeah, Jennifer, Castroville too. I mean, this looks like it's coming right down Highway 90, but it's going to be quite a while. That's why I wanted to get on now and give you guys a good heads up to prepare, excuse me, as these storms start rolling eastward. And again, give you plenty of time to prepare for some hail. But yeah, what I was talking about, that pulsing action, they can power down a little bit, and then we watch, and within a few miles, they start powering back up and getting more fuel, and they start producing the larger hail again. Hey, Eric, what are the chances of being bad on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd give it about a 7. You know, if this is going to be hail, 10 being like tornadic, but I would say a 6 or 7. If these hold together like they are now, this is going to be some significant hail in San Antonio come 9:30, 10 o'clock. You're welcome, Martha. Sandra, hard to say if it holds together through the entire county. It looked like it was collapsing over Bexar County. So to get to Converse and eastern Bexar County might not happen. Drizzling in Brackettville. Yeah, that's the very leading edge. You see that you're in that lighter green. It's going to start intensifying within the next 15 minutes in Brackettville for sure. Hey, Nicole. Lytle. Lytle is, yeah, definitely in the path, but again, hours from now. Hello, Heather. Oh, wow. Miss you guys. Hope everything's going well. Jose, you're going to be live after the newscast. Only if necessary, Jose. We'll see. But if necessary, absolutely. Yeah, Iban, it'll be, like I say, 9:30, 10 o'clock for western San Antonio. Gary can't rule it out, but right now it's looking like large hail. You know, we're going to have to track these storms and watch them closely. Might stay south of Bernie, Jennifer. Looks like it stays south of Bernie. Yeah, Stephen, 9:30, 10 o'clock is what I'm estimating right now. Stacy Poole. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, my sweet Kendall. God's glory. She is something else. Because I'm a knucklehead. She, president's list, summa cum laude. I mean, the entire thing. She graduates in a few weeks. And, man, I'm a proud papa. That's our middle daughter. I'm proud of all my girls. Right now, we're going to be celebrating Kendall, though, in a few weeks as she walks the stage. Got her honor stole. She's made the president's list. I'll tell you, she's an incredible young lady. Dilly. Well, Dilly is in the path for sure, but again, it'll be a few hours, nothing soon. As you can see, let me just see how many miles away we are here. So we'll go to our ruler, and from, let's just say, right on the county line, Bexar County to where this storm is 100 miles. So you can see we're at 100 miles away with what we're looking at. So it'll be a while, and that's the western edge of Bexar County. Just to give you guys a perspective on this. So we're grateful for this awesome technology, showing us where that hail core is and tracking this storm east at 25 miles an hour. Noreen, yeah, so it's not up yet. So the rain rock goes up on Monday. San Antonio Conservation Society is who throws the party known as NIOSA. So they run Tuesday of next week through Friday, and they're going to hang the rain rock on Monday to ward off the rain for next week. Thank you, Sylvia. That's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, as I mentioned, St. Hedwig, eastern Bexar County, this storm could hold together, of course, but models are saying that it would break up over Bexar County. Like that's where we would see it dissipate, so it wouldn't be maybe some small hail in eastern Bexar County, but maybe not even more than rain, Again, assuming that these cells hold together on that trip east along Highway 90. I can show you that future model that is depicting that. And this model, we've got good confidence in it because it's nailing that storm. Because look, I'll go to another model and look what happens. Nada, right? I mean, it doesn't have anything there. So do you trust that model? Well, of course not, right? And then, so we stick with the one that's initialized the best. I mean, these are computer algorithms. One model does well one day and the other performs better the next. It really depends storm to storm, but this one obviously nailing this supercell out west. And so as it marches it east, you can see it moves in, covers pretty good amount from Hondo down to Pearsall at 8:30, and then cruising into San Antonio. But again, this was a little behind. So I think this, or a little ahead, it could be a little bit later than this. It's not going to be 9 o'clock. I think it's going to be more like 9:30 because it has it over Uvalde right now. And so considering that, it's probably going to be more like 9:30 to 10 o'clock on a Bexar County arrival. But you can see still stretching south to Pearsall. I know we had a question about Bernie. It is close. See, I think you might just get clipped with showers according to what we're looking at. And then it gets pretty intense at 9:30. And then see, once we get to eastern Bexar County, it's collapsing fast. And this would be 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then dissipating after 11:30. Hail's possible for sure. Hi, Brandy in Hondo, Sandy. I would prepare for it. Hey, Bill, hoping to get my KENS 5 medal soon. Hey, Lynn, great to see you. Hope all is well. Absolutely. You got it. What time is it going to get to Uvalde? Hi, Rosa. So let's get back to live radar and moving east at 25 miles per hour. Let's take her out to Uvalde. So we'll lose this guy and take it farther east. Warning's till 8 o'clock, east at 25 miles per hour. So now, remember, I'm doing the hail core. So it will start raining before the times you're about to see, but if I move it east at 25 miles per hour, if it keeps on that pace, here's what we've got. Bracketville at 8:11, Blewett, Texas at 9:04, Benson Airstrip 9:35, Uvalde 9:39, Canepa 10:04, Sabinal 10:28. So that gives us Hondo by probably, give or take, maybe by 10:45, 11 o'clock. So yeah, see, it's grossly, well, remember, the leading edge would be a half hour ahead of everything you're looking at least. Is that a new warning? No, same warning until 8 o'clock. There we go. Now it's moving it. You're welcome, Rosa. Is Jourdanton going to see anything? I don't think so. I think this could, unless that second cell tracks farther south, this one that we're looking at is more than likely going to stay north of Jourdanton. But that second cell is already starting out farther south. But remember, the mean flow on these has been a little bit more northeast. So if it gets picked up at that mean flow, it would start moving more towards what we're looking, the first storm, and kind of cruising down Highway 90. Sabinal and Dehanis. Okay, Minnie, let them know. Please just text them. Make sure they're aware of what's going on. I always like to say that because you never know. Somebody could be streaming their favorite show, watching a movie, completely unaware that there could be some weather heading in from the west. Yeah, JDV, it'll be a while. Probably like 11 o'clock, 11:30 from what we're guesstimating right now. Could be as early as about 10:30, but that would be the absolute earliest if the storm holds together moving east, which it's expected to. It is expected to. No, Aaron, I don't think it'll make it there. Divine, absolutely, Ruby, because this is, Divine tucked in that southeast corner of Medina County. I could see one of these, if not both, impacting Divine. Yes, Ryan, absolutely. Bracketville should prepare for hail. Great question. Anybody in that blue box should prepare for hail. And I'm saying get your car inside. If you can't, if you don't have the carport, if you've got a nearby, what we always look for? Banks, because they're closed. And as long as they allow you to park there, you can park underneath the drive-through. I would also, if you can't do any of the above, I would put blankets or towels over your windshields and your sunroofs, because that's the biggest pain, is if you got broken glass. Oh my gosh, not only get it repaired, but of course all in your car, and what a mess. So, and then you can't even, drive it in the rain. So something to keep in mind. If you're in that blue box, prepare for hail, because we're tracking this cell right now. And it has a history of producing hail nearly the size of softballs in Mexico. Right now it's pulsed down nicely. That gray, we haven't seen it regenerate, which is good so far. But that little gray area is going to be marble size, maybe pea size hail. Can't see what blue box, Liz. It's this one right here, the blue box, upper left-hand corner. 281 Evans. Hard to say, Mike. I mean, it would be Bexar County, like I say, 11:30. I would prepare, for hail for sure. Better safe than sorry, because this cell does show sign. I mean, everything is pointing to this storm holding together as it moves east. Winds probably 50, inside this cell. That's what we were looking at a moment ago. Let me lose the storm tracker here. We got a good look at that. I want to see now what they're estimating winds and hail at in this cell when the warning was issued, of course, so this is not updated. But the 60 mile per hour gusts and quarter size hail is what is radar indicated at this moment in that cell that's coming in on Brackettville. So quarter size hail shouldn't do too much damage. That could put some dents in your vehicle. Not large enough to usually break glass. But that's not to say this won't pulse up before reaching Brackettville, and we've got a much bigger cell in our hands. Airports. Hey, Jackson. You're welcome, Janie. How much rain are you anticipating for San Antonio tonight? Hi, Kevin. So this could be a quarter of an inch. If we get back-to-back cells, if these hold together like this, that's a quarter to a half an inch of rain in San Antonio. Late tonight, probably through the midnight hour, and then we'll only probably see these two cells tonight. We're not expecting much more than what you're looking at. Hey, Crispin, absolutely. Western Bexar County, late tonight. Again, it's going to be a few hours. We're 7:40 and we're still 100 miles away on this storm. Second cell going to hit Del Rio? No. I'm going to put this in motion. It looks like it stays south of Del Rio too, because you can see it's moving east, and that's some huge hail on the backside of this storm. Yeah, Del Rio will get some rain, but the hail is going to stay to your south. Garner State Park. That's north of Uvalde, right? Between Uvalde and Utopia? Remind me where that is. Because that cell is really diminishing fast on its Brackettville arrival. Brackettville is going to start getting some heavy rain here in the next couple minutes. Fort Sam, Uvalde could, Blanca. I really think so, because you're going to have a 1-2 punch with these two cells marching right down Highway 90. What could happen if that first cell, and look at that, we're losing that hail core altogether now. South of Highway 90 now, that second cell could kind of absorb it and continue moving east towards Uvalde. And you can see that hail core is growing inside that cell over Mexico. It's behaving almost exactly like that first one did, where it pulsed up, and we're going to probably see it soon. You're going to see the yellow show up in that hail core, which is softball size hail. Good one, Desiree. What was his name? Simon Cruz was who got me on that one. That was really fun. That's one of my favorite highlights of my Facebook Lives for sure. Love that. Hey, Nicole, Seguin, probably not. If you're east of Bexar County, I don't think you get this. I think this dissipates over Bexar County if it makes it that far east. Right now, you see that first cell's kind of weakening. Doesn't mean it's done. It could start pulsing up. But the second cell is right on its heels and could just kind of absorb it and just keep on marching east, and we watch for that. And that would mean everything I showed you earlier, let's just push it back another 30 to 45 minutes, because that cell's obviously behind it. Now we're looking more like 11:30 or midnight for San Antonio. You're welcome, Nicole. Absolutely. I love doing it. And most important thing we do at KENS 5 is keep you ahead of these life-threatening weather situations, property-threatening, auto-threatening situations. The most important thing we do, let you know where these storms are headed, what they're producing right now, what they're capable of doing. I mean, that's what this technology is able to do, and social media. One of the great things, a lot of bad things, but one of the great things about it is getting this word out to the audience and getting a Q&A so that we can answer questions and keep you informed. Thank you, Cammie. I really appreciate that update. So barely any rain in Del Rio. Are you in Del Rio, south of it, north of the city itself? Like, that marker is on downtown Del Rio. So I'm wondering if, if you're on the north side, because I can see just that one clip right there, and that was about it as far as rain in Del Rio. Yeah, Jose, I think so. It could be a coffee night for sure. You're welcome, JDV. Fort Sam. I don't think it gets bad. East of downtown and eastern Bexar County shouldn't be too bad. Oh, it was great, Luis. Thank you for asking. I had no idea the parade magnitude that the airport, it's called Take Flight. The airport does a phenomenal Fiesta parade through the terminals. And I got to be Grand Marshal. What a privilege. And the funniest part is watching people that are like holding their bags going, what is this? And they're just going, they're just like, I'm trying to get a connection to Denver here, and Fiesta's going on. It was too funny. And every department of the airport, including the airlines, is entering a float in the parade, right? And one of the coolest, TSA had a dog sniffing pinata on their float, a dog sniffing pinata. And then American Airlines took best of show. We had judges judging every float. You had Michael Quintanilla, who is the Grand Marshal of the Flambeau Parade. He is Mr. Fiesta. Love him. And then we had Liz Ruiz from KLRN. She was there as a judge as well. They were highly qualified. Those two know Fiesta inside and out. Inside and out. You cannot get better judges. And then there was a gentleman from the airport, Max, I think his name was. In fact, he was the one of those travelers was like, what's going on? He's like, oh, we do this every day about 1 o'clock. That was my favorite line. All right, Monica Tovar, Medical Center. You can, if you can, easily go ahead and do it because I know that first cell is weakening fast on its arrival to Brackettville. Praise God, because we don't want severe weather. We can use the rain, but let's minus the hail and anything tornadic. But that second cell is awfully healthy, and it's behaving exactly like the first one did. So let's hope that it continues to do so as it crosses the border and dissipates before Brackettville. What's your favorite thing in San Antonio? My family, my girls. The food, the culture, the climate. I mean, there are so many things that I love about this city. That's why I've been here now almost 30 years. I mean, I'm in an industry that almost encourages other markets. You get a lot of these guys have agents and they, shop other cities and they try to move up. And from this market, you can go anywhere you want. I mean, we've seen, Ainsley Earhart from Ken's 5 Eyewitness News this morning to Fox News in New York. She's on Fox and Friends every day now. Lou Parker, Los Angeles. Megan Alexander, Inside Edition. I mean, you can go anywhere from here. And that's what happens, and God bless them. But for me, once we were blessed with Carissa, and then Kendall and Peyton, Jamie and I were, and I was on cloud 9 for the first, I'm still kind of on cloud 9 to be honest with you. But when I first got here, I would not think of going anywhere. I was just like, this is the 7th largest city. Well, back then it was the 8th or 9th. And but still, it was such a big city and market for me that I'd never worked in a city this size in TV. And so it was such a blessing. I never thought about going anywhere else, never got an agent. I never needed one. And why would I, if I was able to do this, get this position on my own. So I'm going to go full screen as I sneeze here. One more. No? Thank you very much, guys. The blessings are flowing in the Ken's 5 Digital Center, and I appreciate you, Luke, Dave. Yeah, literally.
It's rain and blessings.
It's rain and blessings. That's a good one, David Lynch. So yeah, now that cell arriving on Brackettville. Oh, by the way, something to point out to you here that's kind of cool. Let me expand our view. See that green that goes from the storms all the way up to Kerrville? That is impressive. So earlier, I did a 3D slice on these storms, and they were pushing 50,000 feet in height, right? And so, and that's a computer algorithm estimate. They could be 60 or 70. I mean, in all honesty, the computer's doing the best job it can with what program it uses, right? But in reality, I mean, we're not able to really measure it. So, let's just say it's at least 50 to 60 because of the fact that, again, it's producing that kind of hail. It's definitely going to be a large cell. What you're seeing, though, that green are the clouds and upper level moisture that is shooting off the top of those thunderstorms. And look at how far west upper level winds are taking it all the way to Kerrville. Isn't that wild? Look at that. I mean, from those cells in Mexico, you've got cloud tops and upper level moisture, elevated precipitation essentially, into Kerrville. That's how big these storms are. That's what you're looking at. That's not rain. That's the overshooting top of those thunderstorm cells growing all the way or traveling all the way northeast to Kerrville. And so what that does too, by the way, it gives you an early indication. It's a good proxy for the mean flow of the cells. Okay, so what we're looking at, the cells should be going northeast, but what I'm noticing, the first cell did it, and now the second one, it's tracking a little farther south. They're taking right turns out of that mean flow. That also shows you it's a mesocyclone. These are major thunderstorms, breathing in all of that big humidity and that big updraft and growing in these tremendous size, right? And then the, outflow. So, impressive. I really, that's just a cool thing. Okay, so it looks like they canceled the warning. The warning has been canceled on that cell because it collapsed. It was expected to expire at 8, but the National Weather Service has canceled it. So now what we're going to watch is this second cell and whether or not that goes to warning. And you'll see it here live if they issue a warning on it. And this would probably be Kinney and Maverick, because this is definitely heading more towards Maverick County, north of Quemado, along the Rio Grande. You can see what I'm saying, and even south of Spofford maybe. But when they take that right turn, that's an early indication that we've got a major, dangerous storm on our hands. So Larissa, I think it could, it's this first cell collapsing so fast. If this second cell behaves the same way, no. But why risk it? Let's prepare for hail in Uvalde. Absolutely. You and my husband are both from Patterson. Called it out. Kay, what are you talking about? Kay DeMaria, are you? Of course. Now, wait a minute. We were friends with DeMaria's. I'm not even kidding. My mom, her best friend, who actually recently passed, Eileen DeMaria, rest in paradise, Eileen. I loved her. You know what Eileen was a stylist, lived in Las Vegas, but then flew in for my wedding. When I married Jamie 30 years ago, Eileen did my nails. She did a beautiful manicure and then put like a clear coat on them. I was just like, oh my gosh, I've got my nails done for my wedding. It was great. But Eileen DeMaria, oh my gosh, a DeMaria. God bless you. I've got to know. Please let me know, Kay. Yeah, from Patterson. I'm born and raised in Patterson. My aunt still lives in Wayne. My cousins live in Wayne and Clifton, and then also south along the shore. Wow. I wonder if you're Eileen's family. That would be incredible. All right, Kay, I'm watching for your answer. Hi, Haley. Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate it. Hope Haley's doing well. What grade is Haley in? Should I cancel outdoor team roping event Saturday? Elmendorf. Alex, if it's early, you know what? I'm looking, the models right now are indicating that everything's going to be after 1 or 2 o'clock Saturday, especially South Bexar County. So if you've got early morning that you can do and wrap it up by noon, you might be safe. There might be a few showers, nothing too bad, but if you can't even do it in showers, I'd postpone. Yeah, because Saturday is the best chance for San Antonio. What I've been looking at is everything occurring in these first couple days, I'll call it short term, north and southwest of the city. And then Saturday into Saturday night is for San Antonio and the metro. That's going to be the cold front and the widest spread of showers, thunderstorms that could even produce hail on Saturday night in San Antonio. So keep that in mind. I think we are. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, Kay. Yeah, Donna was her daughter. Well, Donna's still her daughter. I think she still lives in Las Vegas. Eileen, like I said, just recently passed away. Oh my gosh, a DeMaria. That's so cool. That was my mom's best friend. My mom passed in 2010. And, oh, what a memory. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Kay. Just to see the DeMaria name. That's so cool. Oh, thanks, Luis. You're welcome, Alex. Appreciate you, bro. Any idea if things will be okay for Friday Oyster Bake? I think they will, Jennifer. I think they will. Friday's the day to go to Oyster Bake, to Taste of New Orleans. Taste of New Orleans goes through the weekend, so you can go there on Sunday. But I would definitely make other plans for Saturday, and especially Saturday night, And I was telling everybody, too, today, I said, hey, you want a real taste of New Orleans? That's part of it. It's always raining in Louisiana, right? All right, I'm back. Brief moment of the nose, the proverbial post-sneeze nose blow. I had 3 sneezes there. I don't know if you were counting earlier. I had 3. And normally, you know what? It's never happened to me on television, but here it is on Facebook Live. I remember when Paul sneezed one time on the air. Oh, you want to see something funny? He's a friend, and he works at our sister station in Houston, David Paul. He's the chief meteorologist in Houston. And if you go on YouTube, you'll find it. He got through a whole weathercast with a case of the hiccups. He just pushed through. It was so funny. And you know how routine hiccups are, right? Like every 15 seconds. And he's going through the weathercast. It's great, man. I don't want to imitate that again because I'll probably get him. But watch, David Paul hiccups weather. Will probably be a good search and you'll find it. Right? Did you watch David Paul in Houston?
David Paul.
He's at HOU. And Tim Heller was another great Houston meteorologist. Hey, Danny, doing great. Hope you're doing good, my brother. Uh-oh. Big accident on 10 at Wurzbach. They've got it closed down to 1 lane. That's a 5-lane highway.
Oh, yeah. I know David.
Big accident there.
Yeah, I used to watch David all the time.
Is that right? Yeah. So check this. David, Bill Taylor, Paul Mead-Ellis, all from KPLC Lake Charles.
Really?
Yeah, we all came out of that station.
Dang, small world.
Right? Isn't that wild? And you know who else? Rob Marciano, ABC.
Really?
You know who that is? Yeah. All 4 of us.
Marciano.
Marciano, how you doing?
Y'all are like James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook on the Thunder.
Right.
They lost y'all.
Well, we weren't all there at the same time like that, though.
Oh.
Yeah, we were all there at different times. So, Brenda, that's appearing to be the trend. So far, we're 1 for 1 on Thunderstorm Fizzle, we'll call it, okay? That sounds like a breakfast cereal. But yeah, or actually maybe an energy drink, Thunderstorm Fizzle. Get your day started with a good, cold Thunderstorm Fizzle. 4 out of 5 meteor. Okay, I'm done. That second cell now is the one to watch, and I would anticipate a warning pretty soon on that cell for Kinney and Maverick counties. It does, Luis. It could, but not just yet. Not that second one. I see it holding together pretty good so far. Higher chance of rain in San Antonio is Saturday. Absolutely, JDV. Especially Saturday night. You're welcome, Brenda. He moved from the weekend weather guy, and now he works doing the week. Oh, yeah, Jose. You're talking about Rob Marciano. Yeah, yep. Hale in Castroville, Pedro, it's possible. 1 for 1 on this first storm collapsing, but this second storm is just cranking up and about to cross the Rio Grande, so we'll be watching that. All right, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to leave this up looping for you on Facebook Live. I'm going to take a break. No warnings right now, but I'm anticipating one pretty soon. And you'll see it live right here if you want to just keep this up and keep it fresh. Just again, stay weather aware tonight. And again, we're praying that these storms fizzle out to our west. That would be really nice. All right, love y'all. I'll be back in touch when necessary. And don't forget, I'll be updating on the bottom of Ken's 5 screen as well.